Do you believe there is a gender war?
A gender war? Yeah. Absolutely. There's a gender war because men are the underdogs right now. Men are the ones being told you're feared, you're wrong, everything you do is wrong, go make money, don't show emotion, be. Women are making a rise to the top. We've over-feminized so much and included women so much, which is great, but we don't have to tear men down to include women.
So why is there so much talk about male privilege?
Because for a long time there was male privilege, and now the script is flipped. Now women are the ones with privilege, but no one's ready to hear that.
But why are we still talking about male privilege?
Because no one's ready for it. We're not ready to make that change. We're seeing more women in films, more women in power. The amount of jobs that I have seen that say women only is ridiculous. In an effort to hire more women and get them hired and include them, we've excluded men.
Gets up and she says, Patrick, this is very hard for me to say this. And let me tell you why it's very hard. I said, what's that? She says, ever since in high school, I wanted to prove to men that I can beat them. So when I graduated high school and college, I opened up my salon. We do very well. I've made millions of dollars. My people and my work that work at the salon, they do very well for themselves. I drive a nice car. I have a nice house. I have money. I have millions. I don't worry about any of that stuff. You know what decision I made last night? I said, what's that? She says, I want a husband. I no longer want to compete with men. I need them. And I'm like, what? She's saying this in front of 2,000 people with her sister sitting right next to her.
Wow.
And now she's getting emotional. How many 65-year-old women do we have to hear saying that I marched with the feminist movement and I bought into the fact that men are the enemy? I've never been married. I'm alone and I'm miserable and I wish I would have never bought into that philosophy.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sheep Get Sheared podcast. We're here we talk about people, politics, and popular culture. I'm your host, the one and only Austin Cree. My friends. You know, I've been researching this subject and I've come to a conclusion. What is it with people in assuming that there's some kind of gender war going on? I gotta tell you something. I don't understand this. Now, I'm gonna add a little bit of a caveat to that because I do understand why people would say that. I understand why at face value you would say that there's a war going on. But I don't believe this to be true. And I'm going to explain why I don't believe that there's a gender war happening. Now I know immediately some of you have already picked your sides thinking that there is a war going on, but I'm here to tell you I don't think there is. And I'm going to show you why. But first, throughout this show, I guarantee you that I might trigger some people. And I'm not trying to go out of my way to offend anybody in any way. What I am doing is I'm trying to get you to think. I am trying to get you to realize the deception that you're being told. Now, when I use the word deception, you immediately think that someone's out to get you. Someone's not out to get you, per se. You're just not getting the information in the way that you need to get it. And you're not having it explained to you in a way that I will do for you on the show today. No matter what side you're on at the beginning of the show today, I hope that you will keep an open mind, be willing to change that mind should you come to the realization that you were wrong, and I hope at the end of it that you have a new perspective. Now, with that being said, let's dive right in. Throughout the show today, you are more than welcome to leave your comments, whether they be before, after, during, does not matter to me. Leave it in the comment section, or you can go over to my Twitter page, @SheepGetSheared, and we can have a conversation over there, because I will be tweeting out a question relating to this topic right after this video is posted. So without further ado, here's what I want to do for y'all today. I want to first show you this. Now, these are statistics that are based on the gender enrollment in colleges. So, according to Google and their new AI program that they're running, women make up almost 60% of college enrollment. So we now are down to 60%, 60-40. 60% of women are in college. Now, I fully understand that not every woman is getting an engineering degree or even a political science degree or a medical degree. They might be getting gender studies, art, all that kind of stuff that's more not physical, higher paying jobs, so to say. I understand that. But there's a reason why there's this, what they call it, the gender gap in college enrollment. There's a reason for this. I want to reflect back on the first video that I showed you about the gender war and how the person being interviewed, I don't know who they are, but they talked about how there's more jobs saying women only, that the society as a whole is pushing to have more women be included. As a reaction to what we've experienced within the last couple hundred, if not a couple thousands of years on the earth, women were largely pushed aside. But now we're living in a time and in an age where women are being prioritized. And there are men who are more, let's be honest here. Let's be totally honest. Let's cut the crap. The men who are most angry about women being pushed up in society are the guys in the middle to the bottom of the totem pole. Do not take that as an insult. Take that as an inspiration to make yourself better. But I'm here to tell you, the men at the top, they don't care about this. The men at the top 20% of men, they don't care. We don't care about this stuff. We don't care that women are being more incentivized, because guess what? We don't need the government's help. We don't need people to tell us that, oh, women have it so much better than men and it's not fair. Look, that may all be true. And it probably is, quite frankly. Yes, women are being pushed more in society. They're given an advantage. Yes, this is true. I don't know anybody who would sit there and tell you that that's false. Let's look at the admissions to college. Women are being admitted more into colleges than men are. This is true. Women will brag all the time about how they're more educated than they were before. The men are not as educated in their minds. They could be a plumber or an electrician making more money than a woman with a college degree, and the woman with a college degree will not consider that man a valuable mate because she has more education than him, despite the fact that he's making more money. I'm aware of this. But here's what I want to tell you today. Men who are in their red pill rage mode, men who are upset, they see these statistics and they get mad. They see these things and they say, oh, women are, they're this and they're that, and I want women to fall down and burn in flames I want them to crash and burn. That is so wrong. Because let me tell you something. Before that happens, if it does at all, so many more men will have suffered. Men are programmed to protect women. And there will be a lot more, whether you can call them simps or gumps if you want. That might be appropriate. But a lot of those men will crash and burn and croak before the women crash and burn. There are a lot of men out there who will stop at nothing to defend the women, and they will go down first. A lot more men will suffer before the women do. And let me tell you something. If you are trying to drag women down as a strategy for your life, you're a sad person. I don't want you to be upset. I want this to motivate you to be better. Just as there are women who should not be trying to tear men down, the men should not be trying to tear the women down. This whole war is a fabrication. It is a manufactured manipulation meant to get you up here in the mind. If you think that you're going to do anything by being upset and talking about these hoes or talking about these broke men, you're not going to do it. It's all a distraction. You need to start using your mind and thinking and realizing that all of this so-called gender war going on between like the feminists and the Manosphere and all this stuff, at the end of the day, it's all garbage. You should be focusing on improving yourself. Do not focus on tearing someone else down. You should be trying to build yourself up. That should be your goal. Not focusing on, these hoes and they doing this and they doing that. Yes, they do goofy things. Yes, of course they do. But so do y'all men. We as men do goofy things too. Look, I want to show... Okay, and also, ladies, y'all aren't out the woods yet. I am sick and tired of hearing about this gender pay gap. I want to show you something. This is from the Department of Labor, Office of the Assistant Secretary for Administration and Management, an official website of the United States government about the Equal Pay for Equal Work Act. The Equal Pay Act of 1963... I'm going to read it for you because I'm sick and tired of hearing women talk about, the gender pay gap, I can't get ahead, this isn't fair. The Equal Pay Act of 1963, amending the Fair Labor Standard Act, protects against wage discrimination based on sex. The Equal Pay Act protects individuals of all sexes. Ladies, if you think that you are experiencing an unequal pay for equal work, please, this is not legal advice, but I would personally recommend you go and you sue, because you should get what you deserve. But if you don't, we know that you're lying. I'll leave it at that, because this right here, this is proof that the gender wage gap is entirely your own fault because you're just not working hard enough. That's it. And if you think that I'm lying to you, go ahead. Go sue your boss. Go sue and get what you think you deserve. But I'm telling you, the data says right here, it's been illegal since the early 60s for people to be paid differently based on the basis of sex. So if you think that you're being underpaid as opposed to your male counterparts or whoever it is, go and get your justice. That's what I'll say. So now that we've settled that, we're going to move on. Because my friends, look, I know it's really easy to get upset about reality. Trust me. Do you think that I'm happy to tell you that a lot of things I say on the show about how reality is often disappointing and all that? Men, we want the magic pill. Ladies do too. But here's the thing. Men, y'all want this magic pill that'll solve your problems. You want to get in shape fast. You want to start making money fast. You want to get a girlfriend fast. All these things, they take hard work. They take consistent hard work. And if you think that you're just going to circumnavigate all that by calling women hoes, by complaining about the job market, and all these things, you're wrong. Gentlemen, the mark of masculinity is indifference, not jealousy. You need to get to a place where you are indifferent towards this garbage about gender war this, inequality that. All this stuff is just a ploy to distract you from your purpose and your mission of self-improvement. It is all a distraction. That's why I say there is no gender war. The only war is within. In your own soul. That is the only war that is happening. And the outpour, the overflow of this war within is what we are seeing today. People are taking out their own problems onto society, onto different groups in said society, and it is causing people to lash out without thinking, lash out without doing research, and lash out without even understanding who they are. Once you understand that the whole gender war is merely a distraction for you, because let me tell you something. I could get on here and scream and yell and do all this stuff and talk about how everything's unfair. And look, what good does that do you? I'm sure it'd be more entertaining. Oh yeah, I'm sure it'd be way more entertaining if I got on here and started complaining and talking about how, these hoes lying, how the government's out to get you, and all this stuff. And look, there is a time and place to do that. But gentlemen, you will need to want to improve your life. Think for yourself. Forge your own path. Not sit there and complain about how someone else owes you something, or someone else is getting ahead, or this or that's not fair. Who gives a damn about all that? Who cares about that crap? What good does complaining do you? Because you're staying the same as you complain. You're not improving. You should always want to improve and be better than you were yesterday. Otherwise, what are you doing with your life? You're sitting there and complaining. What does that do for you? Nothing. Because you need to want to improve. Stop comparing. Stop caring about what other people are doing. Care about what you're doing. What are you doing to make your life better? What are you doing to make more money? What are you doing to get more women attracted to you? What are you doing to improve yourself and make you look better? What are you doing? Because if you're not doing a lot and you're complaining a lot, well, there's your problem. There's your problem right there. That's the problem. Focus on what you can control. I understand the desire to stress out about things you can't control. And that will always be there, and you will always do it to varying degrees. But you need to stop, and you need to focus on yourself and what you can do. And that is why I'm here to tell you the gender war is not real. It is an illusion. It is an illusion on a massive scale, and it is the only way to really come to terms with that is to understand that you need to improve. Let's say you're not in the top 20% of men. Work on it. What are you going to do? Waste your life trying to tear the whole system down? Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Probably not going to happen. My friends, I want you to be better. And second of all, stop shaming women for body count, for God's sakes. It's going to happen whether you shame them or not. They know what they are. Stop calling them skeezers and hoes. They know what they are. What good does that do you? What good does that do? Improve yourself. Realize and accept. Understand reality and move on. Do not sit there and complain and whine and talk about how this isn't fair and this should be that way and this should do this and they should do that. Who cares about all that? You can't do anything about that. Now you might sit there and say, well, Austin, you're normalizing body count. I'm not normalizing anything. I'm exposing the way it already is. Does me explaining reality to you make me an advocate of it per se? Make me say that I'm normalizing it? No, it's already there. It's been normal. You just are behind. My friends, what do you got to say about the so-called gender war that's going on? I'm curious what you have to say about it. Please leave your comments, your experiences, whatever it is you want to say. Please leave it in the comments section if you're watching on YouTube or on Rumble. Or you can respond to the question that I'm going to pose on my Twitter page at Sheep Get Sheared, so you can follow the show. Get involved with the community that's building over here. But my friends, until next time, I want you to marinate on what you heard today. Really understand how you're going to improve yourself. How you're going to try to forge your own path and build your own personal philosophy. My friends, God bless you. God bless your family. And God bless this beautiful country of America. We're out of here. Peace.